it's Estrella Nouri. You're watching the Blairing Out with Eric Blair show.
This is a Blairing Out with Eric Blair show today, coming to you from Style Week OC, presented by Fashion Island and Simply, with actress, singer, and new guest girl, Estrella Nouri. Estrella Nouri, what brings you out here to Style Week OC?
Oh my gosh, I mean, you just gotta come and look at this place. How can you not be here? This is one of the summer hotspots to be at the moment. I'm so glad to be here. I can't wait to listen to the panels and just be a part of the discussions. I am the new guest girl. I just shot the 2019 Guest Holiday campaign. It's about to be international and absolutely everywhere, so I'm super excited and I cannot wait.
How were you discovered?
By Paul Marciano.
What were the circumstances?
I'm an actress as well. So I've been on 2 Broke Girls. I've been on Queen Sugar, which is Oprah Winfrey and Ava DuVernay's drama series. I just did a show called Shadow Wolves. I have the #1 song in the Middle East as well called Farori. And then I'm the new guest girl, so yeah.
Tell me about your song. What is it about?
Farori means you fled me. So it's about losing that love and then wanting them back and doing whatever is possible. And then we have some amazing special guests on or featured in the video, such as Casper Smart and Boy Wonder.
Who produced that track?
Milan produced the track, an amazing producer in Iran.
Tell me about your nationality.
Persian, born and raised in Sweden. And something that I'm very proud of is being the first Iranian supermodel. So I cannot wait to continue to pave that way because I didn't have anyone to look up to growing up. So I'm excited to be the first.
What did Paul Marciano say you had that made you the new guest girl?
I think it has to do with confidence, class, grace, a good attitude, and you just bring it. And you have, your looks do play into it, of course, but it's just more than that. Do you have that it factor? And the fact that he was able to see that, as well as Josh Ryan, I'm so grateful for that, and that has been such a beautiful opportunity. And it also means a lot to just be Middle Eastern and to be able to now be on billboards and to be that face and to be the first. So I'm excited.
What are your makeup must-haves and name them?
Makeup must-haves. I will say right now I'm in love with Chanel. I love Chanel foundation, blushes. That is a must-have for me. Chanel, Chanel, Chanel.
Okay, so what are you wearing today? Let's start off with foundation. No, let's start off with primer.
Literally everything's Chanel.
Everything is Chanel.
Actually, the key is the eyeliner.
Okay.
And that is Little Beauty. She has this amazing cat stamp, and that for me makes my look. I've always struggled with eyeliner. I don't know how to make that perfect wing look. And with Little Beauty, you make that perfect, you just can make that perfect eye, and she's been, actually, she's a friend of mine because we're now working together, and she's been such an inspiration, and she makes my life easier because now I can put on everything, put on the stamp, and boom, I'm ready to go and walk the walk.
What is your skincare regimen?
That varies, just like makeup, because you fall in love with a product and then you try new stuff. Right now, I'm obsessed with Obagi, and that's something that I've been using. But then I got introduced to Burke Williams' is it called HV brand? I think it's something of that nature. And that is something I just tried and also fell in love with.
Your workout.
Oh, workout, yoga.
Favorite rock star?
Oh, I mean, aren't you a future rock star?
I had my rock star days.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did the Sunset Strip thing back in the 80s.
So then you, of course, duh.
That's very flattering, thank you.
Of course.
But as far as music, what music inspires you right now?
Oh, what inspires me? I love everything from opera to pop to R&B to, I just love it all. It just really depends on my mood. Khalid right now is one of my favorites. But it varies. It just depends on the mood.
Tell me about your parents. Where were you raised?
I was actually born in a refugee camp in Sweden. It's a super long story.
Wow.
Yeah,
really?
We'll sit down, have some tea, maybe some coffee, talk about it. But I was born in a refugee camp in Sweden, and I was raised by a single mom, came to America. It was definitely a journey, and I was a biochem major that decided to go into the arts because it is my passion, and from everything that I told you about, and in regards to the fact that I never had a Middle Eastern woman to look up to, I just felt like I was put on this planet to do that.
Why were you there?
Well, my parents are from Iran, and when the revolution happened, they stayed way after the revolution, up until the 90s. But unfortunately, it came to a point where they had to flee. And when they had to do that, they ended up in Sweden and in America. And that's where I was born.
What were the rules and regulations at the refugee camp?
Actually, they denied my mom asylum. And they told my mom that she has to go back. But unfortunately, if that happened, they would have, my mom and I wouldn't be here today. So such a blessing that she did get asylum, and we ended up in Sweden, and then we ended up in America.
How did you go from Sweden to America?
My dad was here, so we came here originally for him.
And what did he do for a living?
He's a doctor.
Okay. What kind of what did he practice?
Just general.
General practitioner.
Yeah. Okay. Very, very Middle Eastern.
That's amazing, but you were raised by your mother, but your father was in America.
Yes.
Well, why were you guys left behind by your father?
You know, we came into this country legally, so there's a lot of paperwork. And because there's a lot of paperwork, we were separated for 8 years, so we didn't get to see each other. And that is what kept us separated.
You're going to be the first Iranian guest model. What do you think it'll mean to the audience?
To be the first Iranian guest model means so much because, like I said, I never had anyone that looked like me or was from my culture in a magazine or on TV. So I never had anyone, except my mother, to look up to. And even that, I was raised where you don't look into the arts, you don't go there. That's forbidden. So for me to have gone out of the box and challenged that and actually made it, that means so much to me, and I know it means so much to so many of my fans because they've reached out to me and they're like, now because of you, I feel like I can do it. And that just makes my day, makes my week, and that's what keeps me going. So that's what excites me every single day.
Besides being a guest girl, what is your dream role as an actress?
My dream role is a James Bond girl. Put that gun in my hand, you know? Put that da-da-da-da music in the background, I'm ready to go.
The next James Bond is supposed to be a woman.
That is true.
How do you feel about that?
I love it. Why not? How do you feel about that?
You should be the new James Bond.
I agree. I should be the new James Bond girl. But I'm really happy for whoever is now the new James Bond girl. Maybe after her, I can be the one. So
maybe you can be the villain.
Oh, maybe.
With a license to kill.
And the shoes to go with it.
Favorite fashion designers and why?
Yes. Okay. Paul Marciano. Of course.
Your campaign.
So I just shot it last week, and it's for 2019, the holiday. So it's the 2019 guest holiday campaign. So that will be out in a month, and you'll see it everywhere. I'm excited.
Now, one of the past guest girls that is one of the most famous, besides Claudia Schiffer, is Anna Nicole Smith.
Yes.
And her end was very tragic.
Right.
How do you avoid the sex, drugs, and rock and roll lifestyle?
Ethics. Simple. I think with me, I'm focused. You know, like I said, my fans, and knowing that I'm going to make a difference, and knowing that I am the first Middle Eastern Persian guest model, that is what keeps me going. So if I get involved in drugs, if I get involved in the wrong things, then I can't really continue to do that. And then I'm not just failing myself, but I'm failing people that look up to me. So I avoid all that.
What do you look for in a man?
Ooh, what do I look for in a man? Other than a rock star. I look for a class. I look for someone who's funny. Oh, I love a man who's funny. I love men that can dance. I love a man who's ambitious. I kind of love workaholics. I don't know what, I think it's because I'm a workaholic. I just love someone who has that desire to just go out there, make anything happen, adventurous, go-getter. Yeah.
What about Learjet time? How much time have you spent on a Learjet?
Oh, I've been on a couple jets here and there, yes. It's been great. Some of it has been because of work, and then some of it has been because my friends decided, hey, I'm going to buy a jet this year. And I'm like, great.
How important is fame to you, and could you live without it?
You know, it's not about fame for me. It's about having the ability to influence and what you do with that. There's a lot of people out here that are famous, but what are they doing? You know, like you said, they're getting involved in the sex and the drugs and the falling flat on their face on a carpet. that means nothing to me. For me, it's about how can I create a change? And if I have the ability to do that, then I'm winning.
What brings you the most peace in your life?
What brings me the most peace? Doing what I love, truly.
How would you define the word love?
How would I define the word love? Admiration. When you truly admire something, you let it be. And you just accept it for what it is and you let it grow. But I feel like sometimes when you quote unquote love, it's like mine and it's a little selfish. But when you admire, it takes that selfishness out of it.
Okay, that brings us to our next question. What is the most unselfish thing you've ever done for somebody?
What is the most unselfish thing I've ever done? I've done many things. I will say there is someone that I knew who had a dream, and at that point in my life, I had the ability to help them, and they came into this country without anything. So I feel weird talking about this because I don't really talk about this, but I made sure they had the right connections, they had a home, they had food until they were on their own feet to get to where they need to get to. Because when I first came to LA, I know the struggle and I worked my butt off and I didn't really have anyone to show me the ropes or help me. So the fact that I was able to do that was awesome.
What can people expect from your guest campaign?
Sexiness. It's guess. Right?
Well, what's the breakdown? Where did you shoot? The location?
We shot in downtown LA in this beautiful, I would say 1920s, actually where they shot The Great Gatsby. Same area, or same location, I should say. And the outfits are just stunning, like sequences and reds and body fitting. It's out of this world, and the campaign is going to be incredible.
What is your favorite vintage rock t-shirt?
Favorite vintage rock t-shirt? Metallica.
Okay, so you're a fan.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you which album.
Great.
What's next for you?
What's next in my career? Well, I just got back from New York Fashion Week and I walked, which was incredible, for Rihanna Fernandez. That was also an amazing opportunity. It was my first time also where my shoe ended up undoing itself. But I was like, it's not going to stop me. Still kept walking it. You would have never known, but you can see in the photos. And that was just such a cool experience to have that happen and then know what to do with it. And what's next is I'm just going to continue to do what I love. I'm going to continue to work with guests. I have some other amazing brands that I'll be working with. That's what I love about modeling. It's such a place where you get to collaborate with so many different amazing designers. More shows. You know, I heard I might be the new James Bond villain. I don't know. You put it out there, so it might just happen. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah?
Woo! Great interview.
Thank you.
The Blairing Out Show.